Okay, y'all. So we are back. Let me get my settings together over here on Facebook. Let me give y'all a few minutes to come on in. For those of you who are back with us, appreciate you coming back. Let's see, I'm editing my stuff. There we go. On Facebook so that the Facebook users can also watch as well. The good thing about Facebook is, uh, well, they do have to click back in too. I was going to say they don't have to go nowhere, but they do have to click back in too. So thank y'all for joining me. Sylvia's made it back. Miss Laura made it back. And the rest of y'all in the bushes made it back. All right, let me check my YouTube settings, make sure y'all can hear me and see me. So we're going to keep it going, y'all. As y'all come in, we're going to keep it going and go on to the next video. All right. J3 made it back. What's going on, badass? Welcome in, welcome in. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. One time for badass. All right. Let's get on with the video, like Miss Linda say. So the last thing we talked about was the frying pans. I'm gonna replay that again because I think I was kind of rushing, but let me get this for y'all. Let me let y'all hear this about the pans. Cooking utensils.
What does that stand for?
PFAS. So per and polyfluoroalkyl substances. It's a huge chemical class of about 15,000 different chemicals. And that includes things like PFOA, PFOS, and PTFE, which are more commonly known as Teflon, nonstick chemicals.
Like this non-stick pan that I have here.
Exactly.
So there's that PFAT is
PFAS.
PFAS.
Yes, PTFE is the chemical name for Teflon. So Teflon is used to create the nonstick coating. And it is believed that because it is so chemically stable that it wouldn't come off the pan into your food. But that's not true. There's evidence showing that there is transfer from the cookware in normal cooking conditions into food. Not only that, when you heat that pan high enough, it will vaporize and get into the air. And if you inhale it, you run the risk of experiencing what's known as Teflon flu. And it basically has flu-like symptoms when you inhale that stuff. And so that would be considered an acute exposure. So a one-time higher dose exposure. But what we really need information on are the chronic low doses that we're getting just by cooking our daily eggs on there.
Have there been any studies done on the impact of people cooking on these versus people that don't cook with these non-stick sort of Teflon pans?
Well, I can tell you that they've measured the amount of chemicals that are coming off of the pans. And so if you've ever had a nonstick piece of cookware, it scratches very easily.
Yeah.
And some of these scratches are microscopic and invisible to the naked eye. Studies have found that a surface scratch can release 9,000 particles from that nonstick coating into your food. And if it's a crack, that number jumps up to 2.3 billion particles that are transferred into your food.
What's that going to do to my health? What are these PFAS doing to my health?
Well, PFAS are linked with several types of cancers. So kidney and testicular cancer, thyroid disorders, which thyroid problems are so common these days, but they're not normal. Then we have increased risk of miscarriage, preterm labor, preterm birth, preeclampsia, which is high blood pressure during pregnancy. Could be deadly. You also have increased obesity that's linked with PFAS chemicals. And PFAS also contribute to an increase in endometriosis and PCOS.
Oh, really?
People who have endometriosis and PCOS, they have found to have higher levels of PFAS in their bodies. And PFAS are found in everybody. No one's exempt. Everyone has PFAS in our bodies. But whether or not they're able to exert toxicity depends on your inner environment, depends on how many other chemicals your body is working to fight off.
But Diddy has hit on me.
Oh, we ain't talking about Diddy. So, y'all, that video, we just gotta remember what we are cooking our things in when we do our oh, I didn't save my videos. When we are doing our preparing our food. So when we do our no processed food, just be careful with the items that you cook in. Why is my other videos not saved in here? Let me save them in here while I play this one. Here go the next one.
It's going. Did you know that you can order sunlight?
I didn't know you go.
Give me my phone real quick. I want to. It can be completely dark out now, and you can order sunlight from the fake sun. Watch you. I know you probably like, man, y'all keep crazy. Look, check this out. New company just started where you can order sunlight from your cell phone.
According to The Hindu, Reflect Orbital is a company with plans to sell you sunlight at night.
Hold on. It's called Reflect Orbital. Is a company with plans to sell you sunlight at night. This is from thehindu.com. This article was just updated to give you more details August 29th, 2024 at 12:05 p.m. IST time. It gives you the company names. It says reserve a spot of light. And they showed it how it worked. You can literally go to your phone and download an app, right? Connect it to a simulator that's connected to the sun, and you can order sun at nighttime, which he did, and it turned the damn sun and it gave a spotlight on Earth. And then they said there's going to be some problems with it because it's not in a precision, and it ends up lighting up that whole area. So they got to do a lot of things and take it through a lot of different it's going. Did you know that you can?
Okay, so let me see what the name of the company he said. Y'all Google it and see if
Order
it come
sunlight.
Up. Let's see.
Give me my phone real quick.
That ass is crazy.
It can be completely dark out now, and you can order sunlight from the fake sun. Watch you. I know you probably like, man, y'all keep crazy.
Let's see. He finna say the name of it.
New company just started where you can order sunlight from your cell phone.
According to The Hindu, Reflect Orbital is a company with plans to sell you sunlight.
Reflector.
Light at night.
Hold on. It's called Reflect Orbital.
Pause. Google it. Let me see if y'all pull it up. Tell me if y'all find it. If you find it, put in the chat. Got it. I'm going to give y'all a few seconds. Hey, Jared, welcome in. Jared Talks, welcome in. One time for Jared. I gotta refresh my page because the rest of the stuff I saved ain't up here yet. Let me refresh my page. But y'all found it? Reflect Orbital. Let me stop. Oh, Miss Laura says she got it. Yeah, y'all got it. It's a website. Stop getting y'all's facts from YouTube, TikTok, and social media. Hey, some of this stuff be true. I can make a website, but does that make it true? Nope. That's why you go in and research. Do your own research and find out. Right? So this is a real company. Okay. I just wanted to see. Make sure I wasn't the only one that found it. This goes in line to what we was talking about on the other live about the the eclipse that was back to back. Sylvia said they hiring too. Badass says prove that it's true. Order it, Badass, and order. See if you can order it. See if they take your order, and then you video it so we can see if it's true. Caesar say they are in Santa Monica, California. They have 24-hour phone number as well. Yeah, Badass prove is not true. Right. Prove it's not true. Call them and see if you can order it. Okay, the rest of my videos have loaded. Now all I got to do is go where we left off at. It's this one video that I got to show y'all. Hold on. Let me stop sharing it because I can't. It's an actual test. So if I share it, if y'all see it before I do it, it'll spoil the effect. So let me pull up this video. Hold up. Is it this one? No, not that one. Give me 1 second, y'all. I'm gonna pull it up. Oh, I think it's on this page. 1 second, y'all. Okay, this is the video. Okay. So I'll play it from the beginning and then I'll pause it. Once I get there. Okay. So I need y'all participation in the chat with this one. When it gets to a point and they ask you a question, I want you to put your answer in the chat. I'll let you know when to put your answer in.
Wait, do you know that we are the one of the few civilized nations in the world that continues to call Alzheimer's and dementia Alzheimer's and dementia? Does anybody know what it is? What is it? Type 3 diabetes. Google it. You'll see the Mayo Clinic, the Cleveland Clinic, Kellogg University, Berkeley, National Library of Medicine, National Institute of Health. We have known that insulin resistance in the brain, which is called type 3 diabetes, is the leading cause of Alzheimer's. And then we developed this lie, this myth around Alzheimer's that people were losing their memory. That is not true. People are losing access to their memory.
So, what does the matrix look like? Let me show you. Now, despite what you might be thinking, these two circles are not equal. I repeat, these two circles are not equal. One is in fact larger than the other. What I need you to do is determine which one that is.
Okay. If y'all can see that, let me see if I can make it bigger. If you need to make it bigger on your screen, he says those two circles are not equal. It's the red one or the blue one. So in the chat, I want you to tell me which one is bigger. And I'm gonna give y'all a few seconds. Which circle is bigger? I gotta go turn my heater down. I think that's why I'm kind of warm in here. Okay, give y'all 5 more seconds. 5 more seconds. 5 more seconds. Hey, Tampa, welcome in. Thank you for being here. One time for Tampa. Okay, so let's see.
So, please raise your hand if you believe the blue circle is larger than the red. All right. Please raise your hand if you believe the red circle is larger than the blue. All right, very good. Now, before I said anything about these two circles, what was your first instinct?
They're the same.
Right? Because they look equal. And the reason why they look equal is because, in fact, they are equal. These two circles are identical. Yet I got just about every one of you to raise your hand and say that they're not. So what did we learn? That you can be manipulated like that to believe in something that goes against your natural instincts. Just imagine as a child you're taught that the blue circle is larger than the red.
I feel bamboozled.
If you say it enough times, you convince yourself that's the truth. If you're told the lie enough times, it becomes part of your reality. And if enough people are taught that lie, that the blue circle is larger than the red, well, now it becomes part of the culture. And if that culture then passes that misinformation along to the next generation, well, now it becomes tradition.
First of all, I'm hot.
Ain't that's how we live? Right. That's how we live. We'll play the rest.
Because he had me raise my hand, and I'm looking foolish on here with all y'all watching me. I hope some of y'all raise y'all hand too, so y'all can look foolish with me. But that, all jokes aside, that was real. Because it's the fact that he said they're both equal, but the fact that I just threw that out there made it now I had you second guessing. That's what the Matrix looks like. And I fell for it.
All you gotta do, please play the 17-year-old Tupac.
Okay, that got nothing to do with what we're doing.
the little.
But yeah, that's crazy. Just want to share that with y'all because mind things, that's why you got to do your own research and find out for yourself about certain things. Okay? Okay, so let's go back to the video where I left off. Okay, here we go.
When I said McDevils, everybody was like, ha, ha, ha. I said Taco Hell, ha, ha, ha. White Casket instead of White Castle, ha, ha, ha. So I went and looked up Popeye's chicken sandwich. Come to find out, they have over 40 ingredients in the Popeye's chicken sandwich 32 of them were man-made chemicals. And I said, well, let's see what Chick-fil-A has. Black people got an emotional attachment to this Chick-fil-A spot. So when I said Chick-fil-A, over 50 chemicals in the chicken sandwich, over 40 of them were man-made chemicals. I said, so hell, this is a dope sandwich. So they really are flipping birds over there. Inside of beef, there were 21 drugs pumped into cows that were harmful to the human body. This was in the 60s. Because these drugs are in the meat, that you become addicted to it. I even was told that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. And they were trying to get you to buy the cereal that they was producing. And we find ourselves suffering from illness and sickness unnecessarily. The oldest man in the scripture is named Methuselah, 969. How'd you live to be almost 1,000? He ate one meal, fasted 3 days, and then ate another meal. If you eat like that, you will never get sick. Your body will never have enough toxins to even make you sick. I end up becoming a vegetarian. When I said McDevils, everybody was like, ah.
There go that 1 meal a day thing again, y'all. Oh, so much. It's so much. I told y'all, it's so much. So much.
I don't care if you're blind or if you're insane. Every disease begins right here. The acid state influences the brain and the central nervous system. It changes the image in your eye. You do not see with your eyes. Your eyes is only the lens that the brain looks through. And what the brain sees is what you're gonna see. And that lady said, no, don't let them take me. No. There was nobody there. The son came. I said, I have something for your mommy. And I made an extract from the Cascara Sagrada. And he picked it up. This time he says, she's cured. Mommy, come on upstairs. She told the story. She said that when she went to the bathroom about taking the Cascara Sagrada, she looked in the commode and she saw some berries that she ate 12 years prior. They were lost and they became molded and sent off that negative message. Again, the mucous membrane in the intestine were compromised. There's only one disease. I don't care if you're blind or if you're insane. Every disease.
Listen, I know it's making y'all brains go crazy. Truth and integrity say that's just 1 meal a day.
So never plead guilty. Let me ask you a question. Mm-hmm. What is your name? What is your name? I refuse to answer. My name is Johnny Carson. How do you know that to be your name? Well, it's on a birth certificate, legally recorded. That's hearsay. That's hearsay? Of course. Well, I mean, if it's legally recorded? That's still hearsay. Suppose you were born, and I must assume that you were born because you're here tonight with us. There's a certificate made out not by you, a certificate made out by somebody else. That a boy child was born to Mr. and Mrs. Carson, and that he was named Johnny. That doesn't mean that you know that to be the fact. That means you have read that to be the fact. Yeah, I see what you mean. In other words, I only have to go by what is recorded. You're pleading guilty to something that you don't know of your own knowledge. So if somebody asks me who I am, I say I plead not guilty. Right off. It doesn't go quite that far. Not that plead not guilty. But that would be legal. I mean, if you come in with a birth certificate, that proves you're born. Well, birth certificates are legal until they're attacked and proved to be invalid. That has happened too. So never plead guilty. Let me ask you a question. Mm-hmm. What is your name?
That video, just to reiterate, don't take what somebody told you. Do your own research. But we do a lot of vouching for things for stuff that somebody else told you. Hence is why we finna go through this and do this lifestyle change for ourselves so we can see for ourselves.
You were saying that most people have been following Satan this entire time while they thought they have been following Jesus.
Facts. The Bible is orchestrated and remixed in a way by this entity in order to lead human beings to their own demise. And that human beings themselves have been following and worshiping Satan this whole time by calling on Jesus and calling on God, which is really Enlil, Yahweh from the ancient Sumerian tablets, not really truly understanding the real God connection. Tower of Babel incident. Thousands of years before the Bible was written, it was Enlil, also known as Yahweh in the modern Bible. Satan, the Lord of Eden, E-D-I-N, coming out of Mesopotamia, also Enlil from the Sumerian tablets. Known in the Bible as Yahweh, who shows up to find out what happened here in the garden. How come you got your clothes on now? You see, all these stories go back to ancient times, and you find out the real truth, and you begin to realize that, I haven't really been worshiping the God that I thought I was worshiping, because that God does exist. I'm gonna keep saying that God does exist. The blueprint or the fingerprint has been laid throughout all creation.
All creation.
Via the Fibonacci sequence, right? Via pi and phi, mathematics. The language of God is mathematics.
You were saying that most people.
I'm going to leave that right there. I know that offends some people.
If we live in a lot of fear, the foods that brought us into a lot of fear is chicken, the number one, especially these hormone chickens that we've been consuming now for the past 40 years. The way they raise them in cages, penned up, the way they peck at each other, being slaughtered, not just the chicken, but the cows. They know when they're coming for them. They could feel the vibe. So a lot of this is instilled in these animal instincts, instilled in us, and we see all the things we have to do to tenderize these things, to make them edible or somewhat digestible. And we go ahead and live in a level of fear and disharmony with each other based on who we are, because as we know, we are what we eat, that have really corralled us in pens, animals ready for the slaughterhouse, killing ourselves. 48 years of no cooked food, no animals for 54 years, no B12. I'm supposed to be a nervous wreck. My brain, my mind should be so forgetful at 77. If we live in a lot of fear.
So I'm going to go as far as to say, we already know what he's saying is true. He just basically talking about saying you are what you eat. Literally. Whatever those animals, or even to go as far as the fruits and vegetables, we all know that we are composed of energy. And you are consuming energy when you're eating that food, whatever it is, you're consuming whatever that energy is. Let's see. Jesus said a lot of folks don't like you messing with their Bible. I know, TZ. That's why I just skipped over there for the night. We're going to go along to get along tonight. Fat ass says, how is it they know information that no one knows? It ain't that no one knows this information. It's been here. It's just that some of us, I ain't going to say some of us, it's just been programmed. Our minds have been programmed to unsee it. And so now things that have been in plain sight, and even some things have been hidden, that we are now seeing. Things that we have been taught are not the truth. These things aren't mysteries that they saying. It's just things that we have been lied to about. I believe it's partially food, but the other part is unconscious stress we have on a daily. Stress really do harm to our bodies. It does, Jihad. It really does. So Badass says, I don't believe a video without proof. I don't either. I do my own research. And with this video, I'm a gardener. I have proof because I grow my own food. And I know I am what I eat. I know for a fact when I go out there in my garden, if I'm having a bad day or if I have a lot on my mind, if I'm stressed, I personally have experience going out there and getting in my garden. Just sitting there or just walking out there, my energy is changed from mixing with the energy out there in my garden. When I go out there and I connect with the fruit, meaning connect with the flowers and the earth. Connecting meaning I physically touch them. Sometimes I can actually feel the weight off me being lifted. Where it goes, I don't know, but it's not on me anymore. And then I can see sometimes when I go out there and I sing to my flowers or I talk to them or whatever, I see the difference if one day they out there leaning over, slumped over, or even within minutes if they leaning and slumped over. And I go in there and I go out there and give them positive energy from me that I have already in me, sharing my energy of love and happiness. I give that back to them and they start to do better. That's all. I can't speak for all the videos, but just with some things that we discuss, I can attest to some of it myself, and that's why I say you do your own research and find that out for you. Find some things out for yourself. You can't go off of just what I just told you. That's what happens to me. You go out there and grow something and find out yourself. Even with whatever they talking about with foods, eating meats and stuff. See if it works for you. Hudson says it's crazy because everybody is built different. So that's why some things work for some and some things else work for others. Right. We are all different individuals. Somebody, it may not be a stress reliever for them to have a garden. It might be music. Somebody might be building things with their hands or whatever. Some of us are gifted in being able to be good listeners or offer advice. Different things work for different people. But you do your own research and see how it works for you. See how things work for you. Never take what somebody say at face value. Always do your research. Always do your research. Let's see. Sorry about this for y'all.
So what the coffee bean has gone through in the roasting process, same like the ganja, that fire, that heat, is brought out the toxins in that bean. And now this toxin acts like a whip on our system. And I mean, you can compare coffee to the whip of a jockey. When the jockey whips the horse and the horse starts to run fast, it is actually running away from the sting of the whip. And when you whip your body with that hot cup of coffee and you think it makes you feel warm and makes you feel good and nice, you're actually whipping the body with that coffee. And believe me, when the sting of that whip wears off, you want another sting. And there you go, 5, 10, 15, 20 cups a day, because you have now weakened your immune system, you're weakening your body, so you not to keep not only whipping it, but you got to give it a stronger whip now. I mean, who would think that someone can actually sell poison and get such a big audience to want to come and intoxicate themselves with something like a coffee bean? Coffee bean is one of the most dangerous foods on this planet. First of all, what one thinks that they're deriving from the coffee in the way of pleasure is actually toxins. Because if you take a fresh coffee bean and you sprout it and try to enjoy it live, you're not going to get the jolt. You're not going to get the whip. So what the coffee bean...
Sorry about the coffee drinkers. Oh, sorry. But we all know coffee's not good for you. We all know. For whatever explanation you come up with, we know that. Let's see. Dang, I missed a whole bunch. Let me go see. Hudson says, if you have digestive problems, veggies can be your worst enemy. Yep, that is true. That goes back to what she said. everything doesn't work for everybody. But here's my thing with that. Like, if we, any problems that we have with eating food, we were built or created to, these things were created for us to consume, right? So if we have a problem with that, if our body has a problem with that, then that means something is out of whack with our body. Like, this is just my opinion. I don't believe that these things were given to us to cause harm to our bodies, or for us not to be able to consume them. They were given to us to consume and to sustain our bodies. And for whatever reason you have problems with it, then that means we have something wrong with our body and we need to correct our body. Doesn't mean that we need to correct the fruit or the veggie or the plant or whatever, which is what we do, what men do. When we go and have these man-made things and create it so that won't be harmful to us, when in actuality we have to fix the ailment inside our body. What is the ailment? The inflammation in your body. If you have a problem with digesting something, that's something wrong with the system in your body. If you have a problem you can't see, there's something wrong with your eyes. You need to fix the problem that's in the problem with the system in your body. I hope I explained that well. That's just how I see it. These things were put here for us to sustain us, not to harm us. Let's see. I missed something. Those videos are not proof. Sorry, social media is not my fact platform. Exactly. I think we saying the same thing. Badass. Always do your own research. And TG said it's just practical to do so. If you haven't hit that thumbs up, G HUD is telling you, 20 watching, 12 thumbs up. Please hit that thumbs up. TG said coffee makes me sleepy. It never wakes me up. It's like a sedative for me. Yep, different things for different people. Jake said, I get my coffee every day. G HUD says America got us hooked on all this mess. Right. Badass says everybody's different. Definitely, everybody's different. Mike says same. Only coffee that wakes me. Only one I got had like 10 times the caffeine. Ooh, wow. And you know what coffee does to me? Coffee tears up my stomach. Like, I have to go to the bathroom. I can't drink it. It tears up my stomach. Sylvia says, I don't drink coffee. It makes me shake. Oh, wow. Badass says, there's no proof that everybody's body reacts the same. Nope, sure isn't. Everybody reacts different. He says, I call BS. Everything, everybody reacts differently. Mike says, science, we are all different. Some people, an aspirin will kill them. Right. Yep. Medicine just goes by what works for most, not all. And then you got to remember that what medicine are you, it don't matter if you talk about man-made medicine or herbal medicine, or everything don't work for everybody. Everybody works differently. He says, well, what's your thought of spinach? It can look good if cooked, but if it's fresh and it's on all these but toxic if it's fresh and it's on all these salad bars. Wow. Okay, so spinach is toxic. Wow, and I'm growing it. Maybe it's toxic from how they growing it with the pesticides and herbicides and everything on it. But is there something toxic about organic spinach that I don't know about? Please let me know, because I'm growing it. Mike says it's literally why some people are allergic to certain foods. Yep. Tiki says, I love fresh raw spinach. Sylvia says, I've been eating toxic spinach. Raw. Mike say, I eat raw spinach all the time. Yeah. Me not book. Oh, boy, be not book. It can't be good. Oh, yeah, it can be good if cooked, but if it's fresh, but toxic if it's fresh. Okay, I got you, G Hood. I have 2 beds of spinach. I got that Malabar spinach out there growing right now. TJ says, I like all my vegetables raw. I haven't heard I haven't heard anything about organic spinach. I would be interested in trying to find that out. But I can see if if they say that and that's based off of processed spinach. Of course, yes. But let's see. My Renaissance says, Sugar, pull up Dr. Sabi on spinach so we can hear his views. Oh, wow. Okay, let me see. Let me put that on there. Y'all telling me something. Let me find it. Give me 1 second. Dr. Sabi. Y'all been knowing spinach is toxic. Ain't nobody saying nothing. Sylvia said it's not safe if overconsumed. Okay. Okay, let's see. No spinach, no tofu, no carrots. Okay, I think I found a video. She says spinach has a lot of nitrates and nitrites, which can exceed safe limits if overconsumed. Okay, I think this is the video. My Renaissance, I'm going to share this video and let me know if this is the video that you are referring to. I think this is it. Mike says, I'm sensitive to oxalic acid. I need to eat a wheelbarrow. Oh, he says he's not sensitive, but he needs to eat a wheelbarrow of spinach to get sick. Jihad says, I didn't know either until I started getting sick, and I love spinach. So, if we grow it ourselves, it should be fine. Just don't eat too much. Like everything else, eat in moderation. Okay, let's see. Here we go. This is what Dr. Sabi has to say.
Now, for us to eat, you have to have in your big skull the understanding of biochemistry. But when we were here, we didn't have to know anything about biochemistry. Why? Because God doesn't make poisons. You see, God doesn't make carrots. Well, let me put it here. Stop the garbage. Anytime someone tells you that tofu is good for you, that someone that just gave that information to you has one eye open. But he's confident that when he tells you to eat carrots and you drink it, you have both closed. So a one-eyed man is king where everybody's blind. But the one that recommends the tofu is only half seeing. He's blind. He got one eye open only. But he doesn't know it. Example. before we get into the real lecture, pull this out. This is how people take privileges on us. They don't care about us. They bring us information that, oh God, that's why the rest of the world laugh at us. Because they know that we have both eyes closed. Here it is. Moringa. Moringa has 23 times the iron in spinach. Spinach has iron? No, because spinach, let me take my time because there's a whole lot of information. I don't want to jog it up. Anything that has a pH of 7 plus.
Okay, Tixie.
Is alkali. Anything that has less 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 is acid. Spinach. Acid. Why compare moringa with spinach? When spinach has a starch base, it has no iron. Seven times the calcium in milk. Milk has calcium. Well, I stopped drinking milk 42 years ago, and I could fall on my knees. You drink milk with moringa, because they said to mix it with making some pages here, you're not going to fall on your knees at 73. You're going to leave your knees down there. 11 times vitamin A that you find in carrots. Carrots has vitamin A. Carrots belongs on the acid side of life. So right there, and they send it to mix with carrot juice. Why would they do that? Then up here, they talk about the Ayurvedic system of medicine recommends moringa. The Ayurvedic is Indian. The Ayurvedic system of medicine recommends cow milk. The Ayurvedic system of medicine has never cured any disease, no more.
I don't think that's it. Hold up. Let me see. Because he didn't say about toxicity. He just was comparing it to moringa. All right, Teezy, have a good night. Let me see, y'all. Let me see. Let me go back. Okay, I see what Mike was talking about the oscillates overload. Oh, you're talking about the tofu and this carrots and the spinach. Let me see.
For a while, or just eat a lot of plants, Someone has probably told you something like this: hey, you gotta watch out for plants like spinach and soy. They're high in this anti-nutrient called oxalates, really bad for you, give you kidney stones. And you're probably wondering, hey, is that right? Is that true or not? So let's delve into this. And I want to say from the outset, I'm not a medical doctor, I'm not a nutritionist, a health expert, or anything like that. No, I am dumb. But what I do in cases like this, when I want to learn the truth of something in an area of expertise other than mine, I go and try to see what the experts in the field say, rather than just doing my research on YouTube and seeing what some rando on YouTube says in his video. So what I'm going to try to do in this video is show you how I, as a simple non-health expert, separates fact.
He talked too much. Yeah, I'm gonna have to find that video, my Renaissance. And I'm gonna have to get back to y'all, because I haven't ran across that yet. Or if y'all find it, send it to me. Send it to me.
Are you trying?
Because I see all these, I see all these different things. Okay. Please send it to me, guys. Please. Let's see. Jiha said, oh no. Sylvia says, I need a couple of moringa trees. Growing one is not enough. It tastes good raw. I could make a salad with it. Yep. I use it to season my food too. Truth and Integrity says, Genesis 1:29, I give you every seed-bearing plant on the face of the earth and every tree that has fruit with seed in it. They will be yours for food. By you, we are disobedient. Yep, definitely agree with you. Sylvia says, facts, truth. Definitely agree with you on that. That's we make our own stuff. Okay, let's see where we left off. Okay, this later. I don't think I've showed y'all this.
Isn't that what we're taught? Germ makes you sick. Take an antibiotic which will kill the germ and it will make you well. One research that was done, 100 people got the flu, 50 took antibiotics, 50 didn't, and they all got better because there's a time factor, and that's often what we don't give it. Have you noticed that? You often cough for a couple of weeks, and have you noticed when you got a cold, you're blowing your nose a lot? What's all that? That's waste coming out. And when you cough over those yellow lumps, rejoice, where was it before you coughed it up? It's actually cleaning up the house. It's part of the cycle of life. What's an antibiotic? Anti means against, biotic means life. And as living organisms, we have to get away from the kill mentality, because anything that has the ability to kill a small organism has the potential to kill a large. And what are we? We're the large. Isn't that what we're taught? Germ makes you sick.
Antibiotics. Sylvia says, why are they taking seeds out the food? Look, it's a lot of theories on that. I think they taking it out so we can't recreate, so you can't grow. I made moringa root into a tincture. Ooh. Okay, G Hud. By you check your email. Okay. My Renaissance says, I love Barbara O'Neill. Jay says he's going to watch us on the big screen. All right, Jax, thank you so much. Okay, I see it, TZ. What? Okay, let me pull it up. Let me share with y'all what TZ sent us. Look, while I'm loading that video, let me play y'all the next video.
You find that they would say, peppermint, cayenne pepper. Everyone has golden seal, and all these herbs were not made by God. The trick is to use only the herb that God made, because in the Bible that we read, it says that the herbs are for the healing of the nations. So when it is said that in the Bible, then it says that something is wrong, because the herbalists of today are not healing anything. So what is the wrong? Is that they are not selecting from the repertoire that God made. They are selecting from what man made. Peppermint was made, comfrey, aloe vera, garlic. Garlic was made. Yet you and I have been told for many years that the best thing for pressure is garlic. So ladies and gentlemen, we are only cleansing the system and giving you the herb that God made. You find that they would say, peppermint, cayenne pepper. Everyone has golden seal. And all these herbs were not made by God. The trick is to use only the herb that God made, because in the Bible that we read, it says that the herbs are for the healing of the nations. So when it is said that in the Bible, then it says that something is wrong, because the herbalists of today are not healing anything. So what is the wrong? Is that they are not selecting from the repertoire that God made. They are selecting from what man made. Peppermint was made, comfrey, aloe vera, garlic. Garlic was made. Yet you and I have been told for many years that the best thing for pressure is garlic. So ladies and gentlemen, we are only cleansing the system and giving you the herb that God made.
Yeah, you mean to tell me that garlic is a hybrid? Aloe vera is a hybrid? Lord, we're going to come back to that. Let me share this video about the spinach. Right. He said aloe vera, comfrey. That's all the stuff that we do. Right? All of those are hybrids. But not all hybrids are bad. So, yeah. Hold on. Let's see about this spinach.
Because plants, it turns out, they don't want to be eaten, most of them. So they try to be toxic to animals that want to eat them, let's say humans. So if you go out in nature and, start eating like 100 different species of plants, probably 95 of them will eventually kill you if you eat enough of it. So usually plants are very toxic. Only very few plants, have become food for us humans, but they still do contain oxalate, just, like lower amounts. But some are still off the charts, things like spinach, for example, that's probably the most common one that can cause oxalate problems. So spinach contains a huge amount of oxalate. I would consider it a non-edible toxic plant, actually. So I'm not quite sure why it is allowed to be in our food supply, but yep. So you can absolutely overeat on, say, spinach, and some people like to make like spinach smoothies or spinach juice or something.
That would probably actually just increase the bioavailability of the oxalates.
Oh yes, right. So, and there are many case reports in the literature where somebody consumed a few too many spinach juices and ends up with acute kidney injury, what we talked about before. And they're in the hospital, and sometimes they might even lose their kidneys that way.
So Popeye the Sailor Man probably had kidney stones.
Very possible. Right.
So if I'm hearing you correctly, so the oxalates are essentially, they're in most plants to some level. Many plants have them at very high levels, and they sort of have them for the reason of defense. They actually don't want, most plants don't want to be eaten most of the time. And if they are eaten by herbivores, herbivores are animals that probably have evolved special adaptations to detox these plants in certain ways. And so in a species like ours, which doesn't have those detox mechanisms, you can run into problems by consuming plants with high levels of things like oxalates. And It sounds like you said, basically, there's the things that we consider edible vegetables represent, a tiny slice of the plant world that just doesn't have especially high levels of things like oxalates and presumably a lot of other things. But you're saying in one case, spinach, we do commonly think of this as an edible food plant. But what you're saying is it actually has high enough levels of oxalates that you think that's basically a mistake?
Yeah, I would probably say so.
Wow. Okay. So there's the information on spinach, guys. Spinach can be toxic, and I'm growing it and been eating it. They might say none of these experts look healthy, right? Right. That's what I'm going with. You show me a guy 80 looking like The Rock, I'll follow Mike. He said, just research it. Right. These people look like crackheads. Sylvia said they don't have body fat. If they do, it's very little. The human brain is fat. Yep. Look, that's why he's skinny, my Renaissance say, with big hands, because he only ate air. Y'all crazy. G-Hud say, we can't eat anything. Right. It's just, yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. But we can only do what we can do, right? Hey, Duval, welcome in. Thank you for being here. She said, I'm confused. Been listening and I'm confused. Right. It's just a whole bunch of different people perspectives. And you can, it's hard for us to live according to, I'm not going to say it can't be done how he's saying it. Like Dr. Sabi says, you're only supposed to eat things that God made. It's hard for us to do that because heirlooms are hard to find and they are expensive, and that's not done on purpose, right? They did that on purpose because, I mean, the things that we're supposed to have, people don't want you to have them because then you would not depend on them for nothing. You won't need them. I can see where he coming from. And then they teach you that all these other things were made, they were naturally made. Like if I would have never just saw this video where he was saying about carrots, I would have never known that carrots was a hybrid, or aloe was a hybrid, or comfrey was a hybrid, or what's the other one he said? Yeah, it's just a lot. So we can only do what we could do, and do your research and see these things that are hybrids, what nutritional values that they have for your body. Because I mean, if the food is not available, you got to eat something. You got to eat something. Let's see. Sylvia, yes, we can. Just have, yes, we can. Just have to eat from the book. Yeah. Yep. Jihad says one of the problems is really don't want to know. Yeah. Really don't want to know the truth. We have been conditioned all of our lives. That is true. Right. They had the food pyramid. Now that is outright. The food pyramid is gone. In the book, they had bread, Sylvia. Yeah, they made their bread. She said, garlic. My Renaissance says, how do we know God didn't make carrots and spinach? We don't know. We going off of we have to do our research. I'm saying we don't know, but it ain't like it ain't out there. The information is there. We have to do our research and find it. Find out what exactly are these things that we supposed to be eating. So, and as you can see, the more and more we do this, is like things that we know is more to it than what we just been knowing. It's more, a whole lot to it. It's a whole lot to it. Okay, Tixie, I see the email. Thank you, thank you. I'm gonna share with y'all. Tixie sent herbs of the Bible. Sylvia says yes, unleavened bread. Yep, it was not made with processed flour, right? Mike says people ate whatever was around. They smoked and did drugs. Just like to take it. Truth and integrity say by you. Either you pay for real food or you pay for the fake medicine, right? Real food is medicine. Yeah. Truth. That's facts. Truth and integrity. That's facts. My Renaissance says when the grocery stores run out of food, we're all going to be eating trash. Yeah, unless you done growing your own. And that's what's the purpose of us growing our own. And hopefully what I don't grow, hopefully you growing and we could barter and trade, hopefully. He said they had a lot of disease, malnutrition. They weren't healthier. Mike. Carrots are considered a hybrid vegetable. Lord help us. Jesus take the wheel. Jesus take the wheel. Okay, I'm going to share with y'all what TZ have sent me. Let me make sure y'all can see it when it's on the screen. So it says, according to the Bible, God created plants and herbs for physical and emotional healing. Some herbs mentioned in the Bible include the fig, used to cure boils from Isaiah. And then if you go into other people, I gotta play the other side. The fig was in there, but some people mentioned that God cursed the fig, and that was supposedly the one that we wasn't supposed to eat. That was the fig that what Eve had. But you know, all this stuff is mixed up. But anyway, I digress. Balm is used to treat sores in Jeremiah. Mandrake is used as a fertility remedy in Genesis. Nard is a medical plant mentioned in the Bible. Hyssop, a medicinal plant mentioned in the Bible. Balm of Gilead. It's a whole bunch of them. It's a whole bunch of them. The Bible mentions coriander as a medicine. The white flower of coriander resemble the appearance of manna. The leaves of coriander today are called cilantro. Yeah, it's a lot, y'all. It's a lot. And all we can do is just do the research and try to find information. We got to keep digging until we uncover as much as we can, as close as we can to the truth. You can only do what you could do, right? Sylvia says specifically the bright orange carrot we commonly see today, which is a result of selective breeding from wild carrots varieties that were originally purple, yellow, or red in color, making the orange. Wild carrot varieties that were originally purple, yellow, or red in color, making the orange carrot a hybrid developed through human intervention. My Renaissance grandma says we can only grow so much, right? I don't know anyone in my community who's growing. Man. We got to come up with some kind of system to connect to each other. Like we do now, Broke kind of got a handle on a little bit where he do the seedless where we transfer seeds, but we also need to come up with some kind of system because you're not gonna all the time have the time to plant a seed and wait for it to grow, and everybody don't have time, like she said, to plant everything. So we need to come up with a system where we could barter actual fruits and vegetables and send them back and forth some kind of way. G Hudson, I'm not growing nothing but cilantro, but don't like the taste, but made a tincture with that also. Yep. Cilantro tastes like soap to me. Some people say it don't do that. It do different things to different people. It tastes like soap to me, but I still eat it. I still eat it. Mike says, so you want yellow daisies from white. Grow a field of yellow. Save the seeds. Grow another field. Only save yellow. It's not like splicing genes. Oh yeah, so you're just talking about natural wind pollination, just open pollination. So the man altered stuff is meh. Oh, okay, y'all. Hold up. I'm gonna show y'all one more video. Sylvia says the wild carrot, also called Queen Anne's lace. Yes, I think I grew that one time. No, I grew some other kind of carrots. But I've seen those seeds, Queen Anne lace. Mike's Chaotic said to me it's a difference between selecting varieties you like and GMO. Yep. Yeah. I'm gonna show y'all one more video and then we're gonna call it a night. I'm going to grow more squash this spring. Me too. I love spaghetti squash. I love zucchini squash and what's the other one? I think those are the only two. I have a honey nut that I need to try. And oh, I like what's the cushaw? I like that one. Plus they stay a long time. They keep a long time. You can keep them a long time. Okay, let me see. What am I gonna pick as the last video? Let's see. Let's see. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. Uh okay, let's do this one. This will be the last video for the night. All the so-called healthy bread have gluten in them. Oh Lord. Okay, I'm gonna play y'all two videos. Since we talking about carrots, let's do this.
Stay away from soil. Carrots, do not mess with carrots at all. Carrots are actually bad for the eyes, y'all. Dr. Sabi was right when he talked about that. Carrots are bad for the eyes. So stay away from carrots. Please stay away from carrots. Stay away from soil.
He didn't say why. He just said stay away from carrots. Okay. Here you go. Last video.
And it was proven scientifically, sucking on your seeds or putting saliva on your seeds before you plant it, the plant will grow unique type of abilities just to aid what you need and what you're missing in your body. Man, I'm not playing. I am not playing, man. For instance, I was reading this book, right? I can't think of the book right now. When I find it, I promise you, I will let y'all know what it is. But it was talking about a book where, before people planted their seeds, they sucked on the seeds. Now, B, I ain't tell you about this. I want you to come listen to this. So before people ate their seeds, they sucked on them. And then after they sucked on their seeds, it went through a methylation process. Then they planted their seeds. And it was proven scientifically, sucking on your seeds or putting saliva on your seeds before you plant it, the plant will grow unique type of abilities just to aid what you need and what you missing in your body. Man, I'm not playing. I am not playing, man. Was talking about how it was started off as a myth because he was wondering it was folklore because all of the ancient people used to do it. And then once they started putting science behind it, they seen that the ancients or the elders used to actually suck on their seeds before they planted them. That way, when they planted them, when that seed sprung forth, it grew and it made unique changes due to the actual microbes and due to the actual micronutrients and phytonutrients and bioflavonoids to be available for you when you missing something. Ain't this deep, man? You know, man, when you really think about the human body, biological, and it was proven scientifically.
My Renaissance say that's a lot of sucking. Pause. Well, we better spit on it. Don't put them in your mouth. Spit on it. Y'all, we have engaged in another great video, great live, a lot of food for thought, a lot of great conversation, a lot of mind stimulating conversation. I appreciate all of you guys for being here and for your input. I really appreciate it. And I thank y'all for coming in. But I'm finna go join my girl, FR Humphrey. She is doing her last live for 2024. And I'm gonna go and slide on over there and grab me something to drink because I am parched. So I thank all of y'all for being here. I hope you guys hit that like button. Don't forget to get yourself ready for tomorrow. We will be doing the Sugar Shack for New Year's Eve celebration for my birthday tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Mountain Time. I will see y'all then. And y'all have a great evening. Enjoy your night. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.